Hi, and welcome back with the Hacktoberfest 2024 series with the Jenkins project. My name is Darin Pope. I'm a developer advocate with CloudBees, and along with me today I have Mark Waite. Mark, how are you doing today?
Just great, Darin. How about you?
Good. If I ever get that introduction right, it'll be a great day. Today, we are starting sort of a new series, but not really. Up to this point, and in 2021, we did a series called Modernizing a Plugin. Starting today, we're going to be talking about maintaining a plugin because I think we've covered all the modernizations that we really needed. There may be one more, but it was a gray area. So today, we are doing, looking at my notes, Java 11 to 17.
Yeah, no, Darin. I want to talk a little bit about why there's a difference between modernizing and maintaining.
Okay.
So for me, the crucial change there is that anyone could submit a proposal to improve a plugin as part of its modernization. Makes sense. And most maintainers will tend to accept them. Hey, thank you. You improved it in this way, improved it in that way. That's a very good thing. The changes we will discuss in this broadcast today and in others really should not be done without maintainer agreement that they're interested in making the change, because they tend to be larger scale, they tend to be more dramatic, and they tend to have side effects or impact that may need the maintainer to be aware that you're proposing this change.
Drama. We're
Right,
introducing
exactly.
drama.
It's
Okay,
please
that's what-
don't propose something that's so big that the maintainer is going to reject it. Right? That's not the point. Right? The modernizing things, they're pretty simple, they're pretty straightforward, they're explainable, and they're usually quite a benefit. But these, sometimes there are cases where plugins will intentionally choose not to do these.
Right. Now, we're intentionally choosing to do these because these are plugins that Mark maintains.
That we happen to maintain, right?
maintain,
How
so-
convenient that is.
Okay. So 11 to 17, we're using OpenRewrite. Why are we using OpenRewrite?
Yeah, because I like having somebody else do the work. And OpenRewrite is this really great tool that does code transformations without requiring that I know all the details.
And that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be following. Are we going to be following? I just said that out loud without even saying that was true.
we are. We'll use
Okay.
the OpenRewrite documentation.
So there is documentation from OpenRewrite. Now, there is a blog post about using OpenRewrite on the Jenkins site, correct?
I don't remember. There may be. I know we've been very
did
happy using OpenRewrite in the Jenkins project, and in fact, there's a dedicated section on the OpenRewrite site for Jenkins transformations. Yeah,
Correct.
there we go.
It's these are recipes, but is this the one I was thinking about? No, this is the one I was thinking about. Yeah. No, this isn't it. There was another. It was in the blog, not here, and it was recent. Not like 2 months recent, but recent.
Well, so let's go back to that search. Do the search for OpenRewrite.
Okay.
I don't remember it, but it's very believable. Okay, so using OpenRewrite recipes for plugin modernization.
No, this is
Well, that's a blog post.
it. Oh, it is. You're right. Maybe this was the one I was thinking about. Okay.
Yeah, and so we have a project in Google Summer of Code that has used OpenRewrite to help with plugin modernization. And
we're taking a
Bruno
step here.
Verashton and others, we're going to do one interactively without using that tool.
Okay, good. All right, so migrating to 17. Now, fortunately, they give us the options here of pretty normal. We're going to modify our POM.
Right.
Okay, fine. Does that feel dirty to you at all?
No,
Okay,
so
good.
what they've done is they've provided instructions that say, look, add this to your POM file, and then the command that you use is in the bottom text there where it's maven rewrite : run.
Right.
And that's simple enough. Now, we have some predecessor work that we have to do before we're ready for this.
So this is the twist. We're already getting to the twist.
Right, sorry, the
movie.
twist is
Okay.
already there. That's right.
Okay. So what are we doing? So we're using schedule build plugin before
Right.
we do anything else. There's a faster way to do this. Git checkout -b 11 to 17. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Just so I don't forget that.
Right.
All right. I can close that. Okay. What are we doing?
Okay, so today, the POM file that schedule build plugin is using, the POM version 4.88,
Yep.
is a Java 11 based POM.
Boo.
Therefore,
Right.
therefore, and if you look further down, you scroll down, you'll see Jenkins.version is 2.452 maybe, or 2.440. 2.452, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that is a Java 11 based Jenkins version. So we need to switch to a Java 17 based Jenkins version. So instead of 2.452, we need 2.479.
And why are you picking 479?
Because 479 is the first LTS version that requires Java 17. And it's the first plugin bill of materials that requires Java 17. So by setting this Jenkins.baseline, that will set Jenkins.version. Now we got to adjust Jenkins.version while we're here. Notice that it says Jenkins baseline .4. There isn't such a thing yet.
Right.
So delete.
And .1 doesn't exist either.
Exactly. It doesn't. So you're going to have to take the .1 off. And
For now.
For our convenience and for our reminder, put a XML comment right above that with a to-do in it that says this needs to switch to standard format or switch to standard value.
Switch to LTS.
Yes, LTS after the LTS release. Right, exactly. Because if we don't have that little to-do in there, we'll forget.
So it's completely okay to define a weekly here, is what I'm hearing.
It is. It's rare, and most plugins won't do this. They'll wait for the 3 months or even the 6 months until the LTS, until they're ready to make this switch for other reasons. We're doing it now because it makes sense for us now. And there have been some plugins where it absolutely made sense to do it right now exactly like this.
And we're picking 479 because it's the first one to require 17. If we would have picked 462,
it would have been building with Java 11. And would have allowed a user to run on a Java 11 based Jenkins, and then it would have died and said, I'm sorry, I can't run Java 17 bytecode on a Java 11 Jenkins.
Right. And what we're wanting to do is make this 17 through and through.
Exactly. This is not just support 17. We're going to change this plugin so it builds with 17 and it only runs with 17 or 21.
Okay. All right. So far, 2 changes, 3 if you count the comment. 479 removed our -4, which didn't need to be there, and then we changed. Oh, actually, we haven't changed this yet.
Right, and we need to do that.
So
the next change then is instead of 4.88, we need the most recent parent POM release, which I happen to know is 5.2.
Now, do I manually change that?
Yes.
Isn't there some magic Maven command I can run?
There is. Oh, yes, there is. If you want to do it, absolutely. We could run a magic Maven command. Maven versions : update -parent. Or I think it's version singular, if I remember right.
I don't know, -parent. Let's see.
And it'll tell us if I'm wrong.
Obviously, I've not run that one here. No versions. So let's make it
so
versions.
try versions. Yeah, sorry about that. I should remember these things. I don't, because I just edit them directly. But the versions plugin. Okay, so now if you refresh your browser, your
well, it doesn't
editor,
have to. It says project doesn't have a parent.
Project does not have a parent, but it certainly does. Huh. Are we in the right directory?
We are in the right directory.
Huh. Interesting. Project does not have a parent. I don't know how to explain that because the parent is right there, right?
Yeah.
We see it. It's
We
declared.
see it defined. Yeah.
Interesting. So just make it 5.2.
Okay.
There certainly is, and in fact, in the Improve a Plugin tutorial, we use the command to update the parent.
Right. Okay. Okay. We're done now, right?
Well,
Everything's done.
Well, so the changes we've made so far have said, let's make Jenkins 2.479 our minimum Jenkins version.
Right.
And that then implies we must have Java 17,
Right.
and therefore we're using a plugin bill of materials that delivers for Java 17, and we're using a parent POM that's attached to Java 17. So now
Right.
we should be able to do a Maven clean verify,
Okay.
and it should compile.
Now, let me make one more change here.
Okay.
I'm currently using Java 21. Should I use Java 17 instead?
Java 21 is fine. In fact, that's great because it will be happy with either. If you attempt to use Java 11, it will howl at you.
I don't think I have 11 on this machine right now.
Okay, so it should be just fine with Java 21.
Okay. And while we're waiting on the internet to download, I'm going to have a sip of a drink.
Right? I like that.
I had to get a cold sparkling water today because
Oh yeah.
I've already had enough plain water. I just needed a little bit of fizz.
Yeah.
Okay, 47. Now we just wait.
Right. So it's running its tests, and this is a really good thing because this says we could and probably should commit these changes because we've got something that is valid and accurate. It's correct at this point, so this is a good place. We may not make a pull request yet, but let's get it committed so that we record it.
And we'll just go ahead and start stacking our commits in this branch.
Exactly.
At least because it would not make sense going back to that to-do that we put in to actually put in a pull request until the .1 ships.
So that's a good story to tell, right? Because for most plugins, they won't make this transition for months. So we're doing this sort of contrived, but the example plugin that I had was the Git client plugin delivers a Java 17 based library. It had to make this transition, and so we did it there.
Right. Okay, so everything finished. So let me go ahead and just take a quick look at my POM changes. I wish I could scale down, but then nobody would be able to see this. So it's more important to be able to see.
We want the text to be readable.
Okay, so 88 to 5.2.
Right.
By the way, why did it jump from 4 to 5?
It's intentional. That's a way of declaring breaking change. The 4 series supported Java 11, the 5 series, Java 17.
Okay. And I'm assuming 6 will be 21.
Yeah, I think so. Or 7. It depends if we need another breaking change between now and 21.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. And then what we have here is 479, and we remove the .4 off of that in our comment. Okay. So let's give this a message of what?
Let's see. So how about require? I like require Jenkins 2.479 or newer because that's what the user perceives, right? And then the sub comment is Java 17 is required.
Oh wait, that's not right.
And use the matching plugin bill of materials. Yeah, plugin bomb.
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
That's good enough for now.
Exactly.
Because we're going to be stacking more and more stuff.
Well, and look, we did 3 lines of change, and we've already got 4 lines of comment. That's a good ratio.
Okay, I'm going to trust you on that. And I'm going to go ahead and push it up in case I lose internet while we're doing this.
Okay.
No, I don't want to do a pull request right now.
Not yet. I mean, we could. It would do the work incrementally for us, so it wouldn't be harmful. It's just we haven't finished the work, so it's hard to phrase the pull request well.
Right. Okay, so we've done that. Mm-hmm. What else do we do? What's next?
Okay, now our setup is ready to actually let us switch the source code to be Java 17 specific. So we go back to OpenRewrite's instructions, and we're going to follow their directions.
Okay. So even though they say this is the tutorial, this is what you're going to do if you're following. This is it, because there's other recipes. This is the popular recipe guides. Mm-hmm. What's funny to me is if you actually go down to the recipe catalog and then go down to Java.
Right.
By the way, there's the Jenkins one, by the way, in case you wanted to.
And I love that. I am so happy that Steve Hill and others have done really great work on the Jenkins recipes.
So to me, when we're looking at the other one where it says migrate to Java 17, you would think I would see migrate to Java 17 down here. But we don't. Because we go here, and then, actually, where was it? No, I went too far. Jenkins, oh, it's because I scrolled too far. There is one for modernizing, I'm sorry, not modernize. Was it modernize? I was just looking at this before we started. Anyway, there's a migrate to 11, but there's no migrate to 17 here.
Interesting, yeah. So
this is it.
And but I like they give us hope that, for instance, they've got one migrate to Java EE8. And they might have the day might come when they would have a migrate to Jakarta EE9. And so there are all sorts of potential that OpenRewrite gives. This is a great tool. It's amazing.
Okay. Anyway, so we're sticking with 17 right now because that's all we're trying to do. So what we have to do is we have to grab a plugin, Maven plugin,
right,
to drop into our plugin
section.
section.
I just copy the whole thing, Darin, because I'm not sure there's any build section on this plugin at all. It didn't have any reason to have a build section yet, and so this is.
So I'll just copy that.
Copy the whole block, and we paste it in. And now, because this thing uses Spotless, you'll want to, as the very first thing, run Spotless apply.
Right, just in case, because probably there's something messed up.
It will do some adjusting as needed.
Okay, so there it is.
Great.
Okay. Not done yet. Now we're just taking these versions as gospel for right now, just because that's what's there.
We're relying on the OpenRewrite documentation to keep itself refreshed, and I'm confident they do because never had any problem with them being outdated.
Okay. Now we're going to run rewrite run goal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just to prove there's nothing else up the sleeve, the POM XML has changed, and I have this settings JSON that just sort of I've got to get ignored.
Mm-hmm.
So now we can just run this.
Right.
So clear, and we will download a smaller part of the internet this time.
Right.
I think.
Very specific to OpenRewrite. Yeah. Now, and it's possible that there's nothing in the schedule build plugin that will benefit from Java 17 improvements. Truly, I have not done this step with this plugin, so we may reach the point at the end and say, oh, it actually did nothing, and that's okay. With the Git client plugin, I was very pleased with what the transition to Java 17 did. And hopefully we'll see some of those here that we can talk about.
How much work did it save you, do you think?
Oh, because I didn't know about some of the improvements. It showed me things I had not even realized were possible.
Like what? Do you remember one of them?
Yeah, so the big one for me that I really liked was it's a common pattern in Java code to say, if something is an instance, if this object is an instance of this class, then cast it to that class and use the thing you just cast. Right. And Java 17 provides this thing called pattern matching for instance of, which says it creates the variable and I can then use it directly. So now if you do a git status, let's see what it says.
Well, there's nothing showing up here. So
it's already telling us no change.
But let's trust but verify. We'll say git status as a separate. Yeah, so nothing changed.
Okay, so no benefit for this plugin. So we're now at the point where we would be ready to take out the build step and we can submit this pull request.
So why would we not just leave it in?
Because I don't see I at least haven't seen a motivation to carry around OpenRewrite tooling like this for a transformation that I expect to do once and only once.
Okay, fair enough. So actually, all I need to do is just discard this. Okay.
Yeah. Now others may choose differently, right? That's not an invalid thing. Leaving the capability in there. For me, the challenge is then I have to manage the versions of it. Dependabot will submit updates to me, and if I'm not running it, I may not detect the fact that I should have run it.
Don't say that. Okay, let's go to configuration slicing, which is what we're using for the other things. This is an older one, and the chances of this one being challenging is probably higher.
I would expect so. We may have terrible surprises here because certainly I've not done anything with configuration slicing to get it up to Java 17.
Okay, and you've already done all that, so let me go ahead and do a git checkout. Should be 11 to 17.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go ahead and make our changes here. So the 488 becomes 5.2,
Right.
not 6.2. That would be a no-op really fast.
Uh-huh.
52. Now we're going to go ahead and change this to 79.
Right.
And
Take off the dot 4.
Dot 4. And then I need to add in the... Whoops. Too much bash recently. To
Right.
do... update to 2.4... update to...
LTS.
Update to LTS once...
LTS is released. Yeah, exactly.
is released. Okay.
Yep.
That's fine. Okay. So let's...
Yeah, and again, this is one that I would probably not release this change to configuration slicing, because configuration slicing this will be months before configuration slicing would benefit from this, but we're going to do it. I like that.
Yeah. Okay, so this was what...
See, we
our
did
comment was update to...
require Jenkins 2.479.
Jenkins 479, and then it was going to be
Yeah, so
upgrade to Java 17.
Right,
And what was the other
exactly.
line? Was
and use matching parent POM.
use matching...
Or not, no, matching BOM, not matching plugin BOM. Not
Matching plugin bomb, right.
right.
Plugin bomb. Okay.
My mistake.
All right. We'll commit that. And I'm going to go ahead and push this up to my fork.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll go back over to OpenRewrite.
Right.
Okay, config slicing. Don't fail me now.
Well, and this one may have a build section in it.
It does. Okay.
Okay, so we need to add it, but again, paste the text that you copied. Copy the whole thing, and we'll just delete a couple of lines.
So I'm going to get rid of... Yeah, that's not my favorite. I'll do that. Do that, and now I'll grab this.
Right.
And I'll drop it here.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go ahead and come down here in Maven Spotless Apply.
Yeah, and had we done spotless on configuration slicing?
Oh, no, we haven't. Oh, wait, I thought you did.
I don't remember. Oh, yes, I did. You're right. You're right. I did. You're right.
So the following artifacts could not be resolved.
Okay, so let's look at the POM changes that we made. Maybe we missed something.
Went too far. Okay, fair enough. There's plugin.
Okay, so go back up to the...
Okay, we did 5.2.
That's
right?
correct, right? And now look for Jenkins.version.
Make sure I didn't do something silly here. There's baseline.
Okay, baseline 2.479 and Jenkins.version. That's correct. So now show me the BOM segment.
That's where we started, right?
No, look for further down in the file. There'll be a reference to the plugin BOM.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
3435.
3435 doesn't exist for the for that.
Oh, right.
That was before 2.479. So open up your web browser to the github.com Jenkins CI/BOM, and let's get the correct version number for now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Here.
exactly, there it is. You got it. That's the one.
So we'll use that one. I don't like underscores at the end.
Yeah,
That's
sorry. Maven does what it does. Yeah, I wish it was a scary thing, I think, when it was discovered that Maven was treating those strings with a letter A or letter B as meaning alpha or beta. And that's why the underscore had to be inserted there.
Okay.
Let's try that again.
Okay. Yes, no, that's right.
Okay.
Now we did that.
Okay, so let's look at the diffs, because I think we're at a point where we could commit.
Should we commit, because it feels like I should probably pull out the change I just made down here and only commit the.
Oh, right. You're right. So actually, let's not bother with committing then. Let's just keep going.
We'll keep going because eventually that's going to come back out.
Correct.
So the only thing that will be left is that final part.
Exactly. Right.
Okay. So we'll run Maven, rewrite, run.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's see what happens here. I'll get rid of that. Please be something here. This is the joys of doing this live and not preparing, other than making sure everything's here.
It's
like,
okay.
see what happens.
We admit we're being authentic in this case. That's the way it goes.
Hey.
Okay, it made some changes.
It made some changes. It made some, well, that's not too many, I guess. That's
for
10.
The configuration slicing plugin isn't huge.
Yeah.
And so that's a fair number. Let's look at one of them.
Actually, looking at it, just looking at what it says, instance of pattern match, sounds like the one you were explaining.
Right, and that's one that I really like what that does to the code. So it's a fun one to see how it improves the code.
Okay, so here's the diff, but then we'll get rid of the diff because this is too noisy to me.
Okay.
It does, basically it's getting rid of or adding the question marks.
Okay, so
let's just go take a look at abstract job just because.
Okay.
Because now I'm getting confused. What was that? Okay, Darin, pay attention to where the packages are. What is that one? Main Java configure. That's the top level. Okay. So, abstract job. There we go. Okay, so. Okay. I need more screen. Okay, what am I looking at? Okay, so it is concurrent builds.
Right.
Went to that. Okay, so let me go back to here. Abstract. It just added these things in.
No. So notice, so if it's an instance of,
Yep.
it added the word project on the end.
Okay. That's the
Right.
part I missed. Okay, hang on a
Right.
second.
And
So let's look at the diff with that context.
Right. So what it does is, in the old code, you see that the variable project, and if you look at the old code on the left, it was doing a return of a cast
to
abstract
first.
project. Right.
Right.
So
Okay.
we just got rid of the cast, so that noise is gone from the code. And
Interesting. Okay.
project is scoped to this level, to right there, and nice. It's done the job for us.
That feels like, okay, now that I see it, that almost feels like what's the phrase I'm looking for? It's almost like a ternary operation, that it's
Right.
dropping. You know,
It's doing something more for you than it
Yeah.
was before, right? Because now it's not just that instance of is answering true or false. It's also, and here I'm going to give you a thing that you can use to refer to the result.
right. Being an old Java 1.1, 1.2 person, this is
Right. This is nice. It really is nice. Now we need to do a spotless apply because I
right.
don't know what Spotless will think of that particular layout, and that's why we use Spotless, so we don't have to think about that.
all right. Yeah, it gave some spacing. Because it added. Well, actually, we can look at it in the diff. No, that's where the diff comes into play here. Is here we can see that, and now we've got this extra space because we didn't have it was buttered up against the closing.
Okay. All right.
So
Okay.
it just gave some breathing room, for lack of a better term.
Good.
Okay. Well, now what do we do?
Well, so the next, we can review all the diffs. That's one. We could, while we're reviewing the diffs, let the build run in the background. So do a maven clean verify in your command line, and then we'll review the diffs while it's building, because we want to know that the tests work.
Right. Okay. Minimize that, and I'll slide that down so it's a little smaller. So, same type thing.
Right. So that's that pattern matching.
And that was the only
thing.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing there, and there.
Likewise.
And probably the same thing down here. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Instance of.
Good.
We did that one already. Instance of, instance of. Okay, we know how to do those. Lots of instance ofs. Log stash. Instance of. Well, this feels a little boring, to be honest.
Oh, I don't know. I'm thrilled that I didn't have to go through the work
of doing this.
performing this transformation, right?
Right.
They did the transformation and it just works.
Now, the
Now,
thing that's
there's-
interesting is this isn't necessary.
No,
right?
no,
the,
you're
the
right.
old will because it's the bytecode is what
Right.
matters, and both of these turn into the same bytecode.
Right. This is just an improvement to make the code more readable for the maintainer. Right.
Yeah.
Those casts are perfectly accurate. They are valid. They are correct. They're syntactically correct.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, this is just making it easier to read the code.
So I'm looking here while that's still running. I can see that this is deprecated, but it wasn't showing deprecated over here.
Yeah, and that part I don't know how your diff tool treats that. Is it that it
Yeah.
treats the right-hand side as a live file and the left-hand side as
Yeah.
static? I don't know.
Which may make sense, but I also are we in trigger? No, we're not in trigger. Okay, it's fine. That's all okay.
Okay,
So and it finished. Yay!
great.
Successfully.
Yeah, so now I think we are ready to submit a pull request now.
A pull request?
Really? Well, why not? Let's see. What else would we do? So we've completed. We know that it builds
Well-
with Java 17.
Actually, timeout.
Uh-huh.
Let's commit. I'm curious. Let's go ahead and commit these changes first.
So
So
without the POM file changes?
Without the POM, yeah.
But they
just
won't compile them. Why would you do that?
No, they would compile.
No, because the POM file hasn't yet been.
Oh, I haven't done the.
The POM file hasn't forced us to Java 17. If you want to do it in two stages,
I'll do it.
we
No,
would-
no. Let me do this first.
Okay.
So I got that. Let me go to the POM. Let me whack
Okay. So you're
this
going
for
to.
the moment.
Got it. Okay. Right. So you're going to take
Where?
out.
So now my POM save. My POM should only have just that one line, and it does. Now I'll commit that. So now what we can say is ran open rewrite.
Yeah,
Are they camel case?
I
they
think
do.
it is camel case, but for me, I like it as
Okay.
describing the code change rather
Okay.
than the tooling. So
Fair enough.
it's something like use Java 17 syntax.
Okay. Not that. That.
And
Okay.
then in the comment, in the additional text, yes, OpenRewrite performed the transformation, right?
Used open rewrite to perform the transformation.
Yeah.
That's close enough, right?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to push it up.
Right.
I'm not going to PR yet. Now what I want to do is I want to go back to my POM.
Okay.
I want to undo that. I'm going to drop that back in
Okay.
because I want to prove, because I'm wondering if it's layered.
Oh, is there some additional change? Oh, that's a good question. I'd never tried that. That's a good question.
And I don't know.
Right. I think it's worth checking. Will it detect some additional changes that it could make?
Right. Make sure the only thing I've got here is just that. And it is.
Right.
Okay. And then we'll do that. Because to me, I could feel like I could see where this would be a
Yeah, it could
Iterative.
be multi-phase, right? It could be
Yeah.
hey, we did a transformation and that opened up other transformations.
right. I don't think so, but it doesn't take that long. Yeah, there wasn't anything. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Well, that was that one. That was faster than I thought it would be. Do we dare go? Do we just take a random guess and go after one that could be?
Oh, sure. We don't even have to be random, Darin. If you're feeling bold, let's
Okay.
go do one. Let's see. Let me find one that is not so well. Let's see. What's one that's not so random? Because I've got several that we could consider. What about priority sorter? Or what about embeddable build status? I don't think embeddable build status will have a lot of Java 17 in it, but I really like that particular plugin. Or if you really want to get bold, we could look at basic branch build strategies. I won't merge this one. If we submit it, it'll be months before I'll merge it.
Well, let's take a look at embeddable first.
Okay.
Because that one I can pull down.
Right.
So I think I've already got a fork of that one, actually.
Okay.
Here, I'm going to check in a different... Actually, I can still check here. And that's not what I wanted. Here, let me do it over here real quick. Because I'm trying to play in my sandbox. Okay, embeddable.
If you open plugins Jenkins.io, you could search.
I haven't
right?
forked it yet. No, I
that's
thought I'd
okay.
already forked it. So
GH will fork it for you, right? So we can use GH to fork it for you.
do I have GH installed on this?
Oh,
machine?
if you don't have GH installed, then you'll need
remember.
to fork it.
Let's see.
But that's easy enough too. Just go to plugins.jenkins.io.
Well, no. I need GH this week anyway, so let me just check. Yeah, I've got it.
Oh, good. Okay.
Question is, do I have it? Okay, here, we'll do this. So let me go up a page. I'll say GH clone. Wait, that's not it. GH repo clone. No, repo fork. Help.
You know, I have no idea how to do the repo work. So repo clone. Good. All right.
But that's a clone, direct clone, which is okay.
Which is what we're going to need. So
Or I could create a
repo
fork.
clone.
No. I need to create a fork of it.
So I was my usual use case with command line git may not be the right one with GH, is that I'll do a git clone of the original, and then I'll go into the directory and do a GH repo fork. But
Oh, okay.
But if you say fork, maybe it will do GH repo fork. Maybe it'll do those two all at the same time. Why not? Let's try it.
Fork help. So
the repository is Jenkins CI /
no commit creates a fork of the current repository, otherwise forks the specified repository. By default, the new fork is set to be your origin. Any remaining origin remotes is named to upstream. So I think this does it all in one fell swoop.
Let's try it then. Go for it.
So, but how is it going to know who I am?
You've already authenticated.
I've authenticated, but okay, we'll see. Because obviously I can. Okay. I'm going to look for embeddable, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Why not figure out how to use all the tools?
Sure, why not?
That's embeddable-build-status.
That's the one.
And I want to grab.
From that big green button.
No, I don't. Oh, the GitHub CLI. There we go. Repo clone.
Oh, even better. Do this. I'd forgotten they give you the instructions right there.
Right, but I'm going to change it to fork.
Well, no, but why not just do what they say, clone it, and then we'll go inside of it and fork it.
Okay. If I must. Okay.
Well, no,
so that's fine. It doesn't bother me any.
So your idea. Let's try the experiment. Get repo fork, GH repo fork.
Okay. Let me read it one more time. So create a fork of a repository with no argument. It creates a fork of the current repository. Otherwise, forks the specified repository. Okay. So that's where you were doing it. Is you were cloning it and you're going in here and doing a fork.
Right.
What I'm saying is let's just go ahead and
create the fork straight away.
Yeah.
Sure, I like that.
And it should know who I am. We'll see. Would you like to create my fork? Yep. Would you like to clone
you'd like to clone
it?
Absolutely.
There was probably a Y I could have thrown in there. Okay, good. And set as the default repository.
It did that also. So usually I have to do that as a pre-step. Right. So that's a really nice thing. So GH repo fork cloned it, or forked it, cloned it, and gave you a working copy. Nice.
Right. So now I just have to go and open it. So open, and it should show up here. Mm-hmm. And off we go. and cross my finger. It's what I really want. We'll see. All right, so here I'm going to go ahead and do a git checkout. Actually, I'm curious. Cat git config, because I don't trust it. There's my origin. That's me.
Okay, and that origin is...
The upstream is correct.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Oh, you learned something new today too, Mark.
Right, that's nice.
Saves you a
Thanks,
couple of
Darin.
steps.
Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
I think the GH command line is great. It's an awesome little tool.
So we're going to do this again.
Right?
5.2.
Right.
This is another one you maintain. I don't think I've...
It is.
done-
That's correct.
And then here we're going to do 479. And I'll get rid of the .4. And I should have created a update to the latest LTS once 2.479.1 ships.
Right.
Okay, and that's all I really need to do for this one.
Correct. I think so. Oh, no. Check the BOM version. I think the BOM
right.
version is current on this, but let's check that it's 34.
34,
Yes,
82.
that's current.
I moved
That's-
away. Okay. All right.
Yep, that's current.
Oh, yeah. Remember, 28A. That's what I'm remembering more than the first number.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, that's fine. Do you want me to commit this one, or do you want me to just pass it? Do you want me to just run the... Since
Well,
we know
let's
that this
run
works.
the test. Let's run the test to be sure it works.
Okay,
It
fair enough.
works.
All right. So Maven spotless just because it's
Yes,
Monday
please.
somewhere.
Right. Maven spotless apply, please, because I try very hard to keep spotless enabled on the plugins I maintain. I like it a lot.
Okay. Let me just visually see it here real quick. Yep. All right. Let's do clean verify, right?
Yep.
So GH repo fork.
Yeah, really a cool. That's a nice feature. So I assume that if you already had a fork, it would have detected that and still offered the clone. So you get a repository that's ready to go with upstream defined correctly and origin defined correctly.
I'm guessing so, but I don't know.
I will try it later because I like that little extra tool.
Oh, let me. Jayesh, good to see you. What's the pipeline? So we're really not doing a pipeline. What we're doing is we're not modernizing, maintaining plugins, moving them from Java 11 to Java 17.
Right.
So that's what we're trying to do. And we've been successful so far.
Right.
Even though it's been sort of underwhelming at this point, I think. Which I guess is good, right? It's just
Right.
going to be work. Okay, so that was fine. Let's go ahead and triple check my POM. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And all that's
Yeah,
good.
and
Right.
again, back to that comment from the start, submitting a pull request like this to a repository that you do not maintain is probably pointless.
Right.
Because the maintainer is likely to just reject it and say, no, I'm sorry, I'm not ready, and I don't want to keep a pull request open for 6 months till I am ready.
Right.
So if you're a maintainer, this is a good choice. If you're not a maintainer, choose one of the other improvements.
Okay. So what's this one's? Give me the I should have copied
It's
this.
Require Jenkins
Thank you.
2.479.
And then
Right, and then use matching plugin BOM, right?
all right. And no, I thought I'd already did the checkout. Rats. I committed it. How did I get around this, Mark?
What are you?
I
on
pushed
the
it to master.
branch? Oh, that's
Yeah.
fine. So in your command line, git checkout. Let's create a branch.
Because we did this before, and I can't
Yeah,
remember
it's
what we did.
easy. Checkout minus B 11 to 17. All right. So now we're going to do a git push.
Go ahead and push that up because I just
Sure, because you
Did
did
it off
push
master.
the one to master, or did you push to master? You did not.
no, I
right?
did not.
Okay, so just
I just have to set my upstream.
right.
That's
Use that.
fine. Okay.
Oh. So you'll need to do your git config to use SSH unless you use.
No,
Okay.
I guess it took. Okay,
Great.
it's not what I want.
If-
But
yeah,
but I'm going to do this what you just said, because I noticed that I need to. That would be the other thing I would probably change. Good grief, is and there's probably a clean way of doing this, but I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, there's a command line way, but so duplicate that line.
Do you remember what it is?
The command line?
The command line change.
Sure, it's git config, but let's not do it with the command line.
Okay.
It's much easier doing exactly what you're doing.
Okay.
So copy that line down when it's push URL, push URL. Right, and now replace the HTTPS with get at, and then delete the : / and then the slash after .com needs to be a colon.
Okay.
So what we just did is said, hey, when you're pulling, use HTTP because
So we keep that one. Interesting.
Right. We retain it, and we're saying, but when we push, please use SSH.
Now I need to do the same thing here for my upstream too, right?
I doubt it. I don't think you
Probably
have
not, because I'm not pushing.
You
Yeah,
don't
I don't
have
have. I'm
write
not
permission
writable.
to the upstream, so I don't think you could.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Right.
So that takes care of me for the future.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. So let's see if we have a build section here, which we do not.
Okay.
Okay. Let's
See,
grab.
and we've already committed we committed the change to require Java 17 or require 2.479. Good. All right.
Yeah. That's fine. Well, I mean, here, get push. But I needed to go back over to master and drop that out.
Oh, right. Let's fix that while we're here. Sorry.
Yeah.
I should have told you. So git checkout master,
Okay.
git reset space -- hard origin / master. Okay, now go back to the 11 to 17 branch and we're done.
Okay. Good. All right. So paste this in. It's the build. Let's Maven spotless. Can't type there. So Maven spotless apply. And if you're maintaining plugins and you don't have spotless on,
Yeah,
just do
consider it.
Yeah.
I like spotless a lot, but there's one particular plugin where I haven't enabled it yet because I'm not willing to deal with all the pending pull requests.
the content that follows newer, just overwrite. Okay. Because my save didn't happen. Let me do this again. Okay. Now it did it. Okay. So now I can do Maven, rewrite, run.
Mm-hmm.
What's the chances of this having anything?
I think they're pretty low, but because it doesn't do an awful lot of exotic stuff, but for me it's a good thing to check.
Oh, we found some
Oh,
stuff.
well, it did. Okay.
With different things. So, in fact, a couple of pattern matches.
Okay.
And a new one, add serial annotation to serial version UID.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, let's see it.
So, which ones? So, the special value parameter, that's this one. Let's, so like what we saw before, actually,
Okay, there's
before
a
we do
pattern
that,
match, right.
Maven spotless apply. We'll do that. So we'll watch the run. Actually, looked pretty clean that time. Okay. So that's pretty normal, right? That's good. It's interesting here, too, is this did it in a separate line.
So the original code was needed the run variable later. And
Right.
so this OpenRewrite, this recipe reworked it and said, oh, we'll make sure that run is available, but all we need to do is put it as the last element of that instance of.
Right. And then the other one was build parameter resolver. It's this one. Okay. And same thing.
Okay.
Variation on a theme from that last one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's these top two that are the questionable ones. Okay.
Okay.
Let's take a look at this. So we added in serial. We added in a serial annotation.
Interesting.
this.
And this is the first time I've seen this. Could you hover over that again? I've not read that. Okay, so indicates that an annotated field is part of the serialization mechanism. Annotation allow compile time checking of. Interesting. I think we should go ahead and allow it to do this.
Okay.
I'm not sure what. We're certainly not changing the serialization of this object. So that annotation seems like a good thing.
Okay. And we'll check the other one because I think it's the same thing. Yeah. And we've already spot-listed it.
Yes.
It seems okay to me.
Yeah,
It's interesting. It's just adding. So it's whatever that static final is, the serial version UID.
right. And
It'd be interesting to read up more on that recipe.
right,
to see
right.
What,
There's lots to be. Well, there are lots of corners of serialization that are worth learning.
okay. Excuse me. Is that it? I think it is.
Yeah, let's do a Maven clean verify. Let's see what the tests say.
No. Why would we want to do a clean verify? It's YOLO. Come on. Let's just no. All right. So we've done the spot. Let's see what we did last. Yeah, spot spy. So clean verify. Okay. So now you have 3 plugins that you have to remember to do after.
No.
Dot
Well,
one comes
remember, this one I won't do for months, and so
Why not?
because I don't want to put a burden on myself if I need to do a bug fix for some prior version until users have generally started moving towards this. So it may be 2 or 3 months from now before I do that. Now, Git client plugin, yes, it needed to change immediately. API plugins that are publishing Jenkins APIs, not just general purpose APIs,
Right.
but Jenkins APIs need to change very, very, very soon, because otherwise they block other plugins from being able to do this,
To
this
upgrade
operation.
as well. Right. Okay. So what do you mean to do? Do you mean to just wave this off and don't do anything
Oh,
else?
no,
You want it?
because let's
Okay.
not lose the work. This is
Okay.
work. So long as you don't mind it sitting for a while, I don't plan
mind.
to merge it immediately, but I think it's a good thing to do.
I'll discard the changes here
Okay.
because I don't need those, and then commit all these,
Mm-hmm.
or stage them, I should say. So there's that. And this is
So here it's use
Use
Java 17
Java.
syntax, right?
17 syntax. Used OpenRewrite
Mm-hmm.
to...
Yeah, used
whatever.
OpenRewrite. That's good enough.
Okay. And do that, and sync changes. Do you want to try another one? We have 8 minutes.
Yeah, oh, you know what? Okay, I'm not sure we'll get. I'd like to get the pull request done for this one first.
Okay, let's do the pull request then. So let me do a pull request here. Well, I can go back through the 3. Oh, I have to fill out the template.
Of course you do.
Okay. Please describe your pull request. Okay, that's good enough,
So
unfortunately.
for me, the
Way more.
title is the most crucial thing.
Yep.
Require Jenkins 2.479. And this is because it matters. That matters to the user,
Right.
Not because of, to me as a developer, that's not actually what was important about this. But
Right.
for a user, that's what matters.
Right. And I probably would need
Yeah.
to...
No. Used OpenRewrite to convert to Java 17 syntax.
Well, that's weird. Why am I... Okay.
And now in the testing done section, note that automated tests pass.
Come on. Is that good enough?
Yeah, that's good enough. And then delete the comment block so that it's not, it won't show to me as a reviewer, but, and then let's go through the submitter checklist. Okay, so we're on a branch, so you can put an X in that one.
Okay.
And pull request represents, the title represents what we want in the changelog. Yes, that's correct. Describe what we did that. Link to relevant issues. We didn't have any relevant issues, so we can put an X there. Link to relevant pull requests. We didn't have any, so it gets an X. And provide tests. The tests that were there are already good enough. And we can delete the rest of the comment. Yep, we're ready to submit a pull request.
Do you want me to submit it draft, or you just want it?
No, submit it. Yeah,
Okay.
there's nothing draft about this. I think it's ready to review.
Okay.
It's just a question of timing.
When? Yeah.
And it may be that I'll choose for some other reason to release it sooner, but right now for me, it's a timing question.
Right. Okay. I can do the other 2 offline.
Okay.
Because we don't need to see
Yeah.
that. So, go ahead.
Do you want to try another one? We've got only
Speed
6
run.
minutes.
6 minutes. We can speed
Yeah,
run it.
I'm
see
not
what
sure.
happens.
I'm not sure we'll get. Actually, we may just uncover surprises, and
Well, we can visit that again on next Monday, because next Monday, today is Wednesday, correct? Yes, today's Wednesday. Monday, we're adding pipe. No, I'm sorry. We're still doing OpenRewrite on Monday, doing JUnit 4 to JUnit 5. So we'd still
good.
be in the same family. So let's try one more, because that way we've got 4 projects that we could potentially use.
Okay.
Not that we would want to, but we could.
Right.
Which one did you want to do?
How about let's take.
Now that I know how to do forking.
Let's see. What if we took? Let's take one that's probably going to surprise us. This is kind of cold, but let's take one that's probably going to surprise us. Priority -sorter -plugin.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this time, I want to say yes of the clone.
Right.
I thought it gave me. No,
yes.
it didn't. It
So
didn't give
go
me.
into the repository. Go into go into the
That one.
working directory, and you can do a git config --edit or.
Okay,
right,
I'll do that.
VI,
Let me do that. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm coming down here to origin.
Right, and duplicate the
YYP,
line, and it becomes push URL.
Push URL.
Right.
And whoops.
And people who are using a credential manager, it's no problem if they use what do you call it? Use HTTP. But I tend to, for whatever reason, I've not implemented a credential manager.
That doesn't look right. What did I do?
No,
wrong?
it's git@github.com.
Oh, thank you. That's smart.
I mean,
enough to know what to do.
SSH can also work. It's just I'm used
Yeah,
to
that's
this other
old.
syntax.
Yeah. No,
right?
this is more correct.
Git@github.com. Yeah, that should be it.
Okay. So that's that. First off, git checkout -b 11 to 17.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Speed run.
And while that thing is down below, in the down below, start a Maven. Let's see, should we start a Maven?
I'm in the wrong
clean
place. Give me a
verify?
second. I've got to.
Oh yeah, you need to open the project, right?
Yeah. Let me get that first.
Right.
That's priority sorter. Okay. Go ahead and start a. Okay, good. Refresh that one. So, what I want to do is a. Sure, why not? What do you want me to do?
That's okay. Let's just open up the POM file and start the work on it. I was thinking, we could run a compile in the background, but the changes we're going to make are so dramatic, a background compile won't help us.
Okay. 5.2.
Right. Okay, 2.479. Take off the .4, put the comment.
Come on. No pressure. That should be it. Let's see. 5.2.
Yeah.
There's close enough. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then here I'm going to say require Jenkins.
Jenkins.
I'll finally remember it on the fourth one.
2.479. Yep.
Right. And use Java 17 and update.
Use
you know
most
what?
recent BOM.
Yeah, it is.
Use matching BOM was what it was, something like that, right?
Use matching plugin bomb.
Right.
11.17, blah, 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 commit. Okay, good. Now, do we have a build section? We do have a build section.
Okay.
It says CPD check, so I need to go back over to the correct browser, grab and this time I'm just going to do this. And I'll go back to here and paste that in. And then let's do this. Maven spotless apply.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, nothing there. Now Maven rewrite run.
Right. And now this one, because priority sorter has all sorts of interesting things going on. Yeah. Interesting. It failed completely. Let's see what it says.
Cannot be converted.
Oh, okay. This is fun. All right. So
do we pick up from here?
Well, yeah, or maybe, yeah. This one is a much bigger change because it has to switch from Java EE8 to Jakarta EE9. And so this one we may not be able to do it with, do the rest of it with OpenRewrite. We'd have to do the Java to Jakarta transformation
Okay.
before we can do the rest of the source transformation.
Bummer.
That's okay. We found something
Now we know.
interesting. Right, exactly.
So you can save this for later.
Exactly.
So we did 3 today, I think. And I've got to do 2 PRs. Hold. 2 PRs. I have to write it down. And then we'll be back on Monday. We're going to be doing OpenRewrite again, which is, okay, this one is probably pretty normal and will become normal over the next 12 to 14 months.
Right.
The next one probably isn't going to be very normal over the next 12, 14 months, and that's JUnit 4 to JUnit 5.
Right. We'll talk about that on Monday. JUnit 4 and why JUnit 4, why JUnit 5, and when.
Now. That's my answer now. So
All right.
thanks, everybody, for being here. We'll see you again on Monday, and have a great weekend.